Welcome 4X fans, I'm Rob from eXplore, and I'm here again with Age of Wonders Planetfall, and I'm rebooting the series because my audio is really off and I've gotten some, I'd say suggestions, some helpful comments and maybe some not so helpful comments. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something different because I think everyone's kind of doing the same thing. Let's just do something that you guys haven't seen before. So I'm thinking that we either do Infested World or Ravaged World. I'm going to go with Ravaged World. And we're going to do a different style of commander. So I'm going to take my Dr. B44 because I like him. But I'm going to go with something other than Synthesis and other than Veteran and Data Repository because I've gotten some suggestions that maybe those are overdone. So we could do Celestian, which is different. Psionically gifted race of cyborgs would be cool. We could do Void Tech, which is them using physics. I was already looking at that because they also do arc and kinetic damage. I think it would be awfully strange to assembly Xenoplague, but you know what? It's not the most wild. I mean, like, I'm trying to do something that's different because I realize that a lot of the streamers and a lot of the YouTubers have already done some of the things, you know, like the obvious choices. So I want to do something that's not so obvious. Let's do assembly Void Tech because I was already looking at that. It's a little bit different than the Synthesis. And we're going to take away, we'll leave Veteran because I think Veteran's great. But Data Repository, maybe I'll go up here and do something with one of these. So you got Star Union Scholar, which decreases secret technology research cost by 15%. Covert Operative decreases society operations research by 20%. Martial Tradition decreases weapon research cost by 25%. Wow, that's actually really good. And I have the Kleptomaniac, which is taking 10 energy, but maybe we could do something else too. Reducing production by 10%. It's a pretty big deal. I don't want to do that. I don't want to reduce my research. I feel like that would make me feel a bit behind the 8 ball. What about Cruel? Unhappiness. I'm not a big fan of that. Alright. Maybe we take out the Assembly Assault Vehicle and we leave him as an Assault. Maybe not as a sharpshooter. Maybe we'll leave him as an assault range specialist kind of guy. Yeah, let's do that. The motorcycle is pretty cool, no doubt, but maybe we can do something a little different with this build. So I'm thinking we do Martial Tradition, decreasing weapon research cost by 25%. That's pretty big. And I still have 1 point left, so maybe I can come back and still do the assembly vehicle. There we go. All right. Let's do that. So we'll go with the Assembly Assault Vehicle because the chopper is pretty badass, I'm going to have to say. And we'll do the Martial Tradition and we'll leave Kleptomaniac because it's not that bad. Oh, and I see when I changed it from Martial Tradition. Okay, so you can't do both. I get it now. That makes sense because it's a background. So I've never really messed with these. I've never really done custom commanders. I've played a lot of hours of this game and I've always used the preset ones, the pre-built ones. So I haven't really messed too much with this. I think we'll go back to Veteran then. What about Military Detachment? A strong military force is always a good idea, so you will be sure to recruit extra soldiers to join you in your... That's what we'll do then. We'll start with Military Detachment. See, the cryopods really aren't a big deal, so 2 extra population. You can always get the assault vehicles later anyways. I mean, hell, you can always get more of an army as well, but it would be cool to start with a bigger army. So we're going to do Assembly Void Tech with our Doctor. Our Dr. B44. I'm going to leave that dash out this time. But I'm going to leave everything else the same, okay? Hopefully the sound is better this time around.
Greetings, emissary of the Assembly.
Still loud.
Destruction breeds creation. That is certain. From the ruins of the Empire, your unique kind has emerged. You forged unity by merging with machines and transplanting the body parts of your enemies. Before you reassemble this entire shattered galaxy, remember that every world has life worth preserving. Not all beings are servile. You will face resistance.
Definitely much better. Last time I listened to this, when I watched my video, I was like, oh my god. I couldn't even hear over the loud voice, so my apologies for that. This is going to be a primer for what's going to come. I'm going to have some new videos here very soon, but this will be a short video, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to kind of prime the... Whoa, wait on a second. I thought he was supposed to be on a chopper. Did I do something wrong? I probably did something wrong because I was trying to race through that. I thought I did the chopper though. Oh no, that's right. I did the military tradition. Yes, sorry. Okay, so military tradition, which gained me 2 or maybe 3. So this one's got 6 units. All right, so I've actually got an electrocutioner, which is great, and I've also got the vorpal sniper as well. And then I have 2 of the inspectors, but I also have an additional scavenger. So what I could do, okay, no, this will be a great party to start with. So we're gonna go ahead and race off to the nearest enemies, probably these guys here, and take them out. Somebody pointed out, which was something very smart, is that down here, the army power, the 280 is my militia, which makes sense. I should have actually moused over that to see what it was. So yeah, my apologies. I've been playing this for a long time, but some things I've kind of glossed over, unfortunately, because I just enjoy playing. I'm not someone who's like super into all like the details of mechanics, but I have an understanding of a feel for a game better than I do like the nitty-gritty of mechanics. So my apologies to anybody who watches this thing and that they're going to get the nitty-gritty of mechanics, because that's not who I am. I'm just here to enjoy a game. So anyways, let's go back here to this guy. We'll do Vitality 1 because it's always good to have some extra health. And because he is a ranged guy, we'll do some range specialism here. Specialism, that's what I'm going to call it. And I'm going to give him Deadeye as well. So that's only costing us 4 points. We can do another range specialist, and we're going to leave it there. So we're going to confirm with that. Okay, no, I was actually using 6, but that's great. So confirm that. So he's going to be pretty good with those that crazy-ass gun of his. It's the arc projector. So it's going to give us some electricity damage. And we are going to use this inspector to pick up this undefended stuff here, and we'll keep moving him out this way. We can double click, make him faster like we have in the past. We're gonna make this one also go this route, and there's another undefended little stash there, so we're gonna gain 16 food, and we're also gonna know the location of an imperial biodome compound. So let's take a look. Yeah, it's not too far off, right? And then we're going to use this guy here, and we're going to let's see what they got here. 500 army. It's a crystal basher. It's a tier 3. Man, they're not messing around. There's a tier 3 spacer melter. Maybe we should take out these guys first. Yeah, let's start off smaller. We'll make our way up that way. We're gonna go ahead and fortify here until we gain some. Or actually produce some extra units, which we'll start with maybe another scavenger. But what I want to do first actually is start with the central replicator factory, which we did before, and then we'll go ahead and queue up a scavenger so that we can start a second army. Hopefully, as we saw, I know you maybe not, I don't think I ever uploaded the other video, but I did get a hero within the first 10 turns in my last game. So let's go ahead and yeah, okay, we can only move him backwards. We can't move him forwards. Orders required. You can move just a little bit further, so we're going to do that. And then there's another undefended. So this is a drone pickup of uncharted. Erect drone contains data of an uncharted area. So we'll be able to see part of the map there with that. And yeah, let's go ahead and intern with that one. Alright, so turn 2, we're going to go ahead and see what we uncover here. It's an industrial processing plant, and there's another one, so let's go ahead and knock that out too. Critical Dimension 26 Division. Alright. And there's a teleport pad there, we might move that way. We're going to go ahead and attack these, we'll do autopilot, or I'm sorry, auto combat, which is basically autopilot. And yes, I of course won, but this particular unit took quite a bit of damage, so it must have been the focus of their attack. We're gonna go ahead and move over this way. There's another stash there. We'll take that. Very good. And he has already gained another level, which is also good too. So we're gonna probably increase his vitality, which is gonna bring him to 80 hit points, which is great. So we'll leave that there. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and permanently remove this from the list until I come back to it. So it's basically just going to stack there until I come back to it and tell it needs to move. And these guys can move. Let's see what this one's here. Man, that must be part of this world. Like the world type is that the like the Marauder units are very strong, because there's a lot of tier 3 units for being this early in the game. So we're going to choose our battles wisely. With that being said, I don't think I'm going to take these guys on because I don't know about... Okay, they're all tier 1 except for this. I believe this is also tier 2. Oh, these 3 are tier 2. Okay, so we're going to move away from that. We're not going to take these guys on just yet. I don't think we're going to be able to take that out without at least losing a couple units. We don't want to do that yet. So let's go ahead and set military research. We can come back and look at some of the void tech now. This is a phase walk modulator. It's going to grant an additional movement point, and it's also going to make it harder to hit us by 20%. And then here we have a reactive phase defense for 3 turns. So each time the unit takes damage, it is going to be teleported to a random hex within 2 hexes of the original. So they're basically just going to move around a lot. That's pretty cool. We could go back to what we did with the last one, and I think that's a really good start, honestly. 10% bonus to critical hit chance is a very big thing, so we're going to do that. We're also going to come back to this, and we're going to start with Frontier Facilities because it's good idea to get some of this stuff knocked out. Also, we're going to want to colonize pretty quickly, so that'll be a good first tech for us on that front. And let's end turn. Alright, so something I was showing in the last video is this amazing Imperial Archives, basically like the Age of Wonders Planetfall version of the Civilopedia. It is amazing how detailed it is. There is just so much information here. You can also search for it here, and it's such an amazing resource for people who are learning the game, and even people who know it. I mean, I think I used it. I still use it. I think I used it in the first video, my other video. So it is amazing. It definitely. I wish more games. I wish more 4X games did that, because it's world building in a way. You know, it's cool to be able to look at all that stuff and read about the descriptions of all the units and all that stuff. But it's also just really important to have that kind of information available to you, especially with a game this deep, and you know, there's so much going on in this game. So glad that they did that. So right on, Triumph Studios, you kick ass. Alright, so alright, Nuclear Wasteland. That sounds like it probably has 0 to provide me. Oh, it has some construction, but food is awful. There's no food at all, but there is construction, or I'm sorry, industry and some energy to be found there. And then let's see what we're gonna do. This is an ion storm. Look at how horrible the basically like the resources here on this planet are. There's 1 food here, so that might be where we start moving. We might move to the neutron phase anodes, which is actually a good spot. Definitely good for energy and research. This will be a tough group to take out, especially with this spacer melter. The guy is going to be rough. Oh, and two trucks. Man, they're all tier 2s and then 1 tier 3. So that's going to be a really tough fight. We're going to wait until we definitely level up a little bit more before we take that guy on, that group on. This will probably be a fight we can just go ahead. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and auto combat this. Did lose that unit. I figured we would, but it's okay because we can reinforce it with this one. So we'll move him or her, it, those those things. We're gonna move those things up to our main army here. Let's see if I can move 1 more space over towards that, and that'll be good because we've gotten some good experience for 2 of our units here. It looks like we'll probably need to cut back on the fighting just for a little bit as we let our units recuperate. And while we're doing that, we can go grab this undefended stockpile there. Alright, so let's actually... Oh, great, I can annex my first sector, so... Ah, man. I'm not tough enough to take these guys out. So what am I going to do? This is a great sector for research and energy as well. There's just no food. So maybe we move here then. Maybe we go from here to there so we can grab the food. This one is not a very great sector, but at least there's food there, and it looks like food's going to be a rare commodity on this planet. So that'll be our plan of attack here. We're going to take the mossy commons here and then move our way to the wasted parklands. Alright, so the spacers have introduced themselves. Maybe we can make friends with them and ask them to leave. We're here to offer you protection. They don't need protecting, but we're going to offer it anyways. So let's go ahead and see what they want. They want 4 units slain. Alright. So, let's see how tough this army is. I want to go ahead and get that sector first before I do anything else. So we're going to move over here and annex that sector. That's much more important than managing whatever army this is here. So we've got the sector going. That's going to be built next turn. We'll make our way over to here and see what type of army we've got. We can actually scope it out this way. Let's do that. Alright, so it's going to be a Hopper Hound group with 1 tier 2 Blade Maw. That should be a pretty easy fight. So we can handle that even with our somewhat less strengthened forces. And we'll make our way through the mountains over here. Oh, hi! Look at that. In the other game, I actually had an assembly faction to meet first, too. So it's like we're all just buddies. We all like each other. Great, so like I said in the last one, having an assembly, or having another faction that's the same species or faction as you is a good thing, because generally you're off to a pretty friendly start. So that'll be good for us. There's another... Wait. What is this? It's clearly a quest group. But it must be a quest for these guys. The other assembly group. It threw me off. I was like, wow, is that the map that small? But no, it's not that small. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and remove this army from the list of armies for pending orders. And we're going to set production for... Let's see if we're going to do... I think we're going to do the electrocutioner. Yeah, let's do that. That's going to be our... I think that's going to be our like main gig with this guy. Or this group, is because we have the void tech. We're going to use that electricity and arc stuff to really bolster our army's powers. And we're going to go ahead and just right click this stuff, which is great. The spacer dwelling is over here. The dwelling of Macabre Shantytown. I like it. I will end turn here. I'm only going to do 2 more turns, and then I'm going to call it an episode. This is, again, just sort of like a primer for the series, because I wanted to reboot it. I felt really bad about how the sound went, and some of the people, like I said, had some good suggestions, so I didn't want to just ignore that, especially since we're less than a month away, and I know you guys are really hungry for some more content. So, alright, so we've created a sector base here, which is great. We can go ahead and upgrade it to, well, let's see. Alright, so it's very good with energy and research. It's got some industry as well. So maybe we do this, because we're really not producing that much food, and unfortunately I feel like industry's doing alright, actually. So I do think that it's probably best to do food. But we're already at 4, so that's not bad. Yeah, we'll do food, because we're going to go ahead and offset the weakness of this sector by doing that. And yeah, we've completed some empire tasks. Units with low morale. Wow. This must have everything to do with the fact that we're on just crappy land. Where is the unit with low morale? We're good here at the city. Units with low morale. Let's see where we are here. Alright, we have 1 unit with low morale. So, let's try to find which one that is, just out of curiosity. Nope, not this one, not this one. Oh, you know, it might be one of these guys. That would make sense. Or maybe not. I wish it would tell me. That's actually something I'd really like to see. When I click on this, it should tell me which unit. Oh, it does. Look at that. Hot damn. Alright, cool. So it is this unit. I figured it would be one of these. And... There we go. Alright, so there's the morale chance. Morale's low. I imagine that's because we're in just awful terrain. And they're by themselves as well. So they're not with an army or with a leader to kind of bolster their morale. But it doesn't matter because this little unit here is never going to actually go into combat. Or at least it shouldn't. So it's okay if the morale's low. Alright, so now we're going to move up this way to grab this undefended stuff.
Biological eyes are one of the most remarkable feats of evolution. Unfortunately, they're still quite primitive when it comes to processing the full electromagnetic spectrum. I wholeheartedly suggest you have yours replaced with ocular implants if you truly wish to see the world.
I truly wish to see the world, so I guess I'm going to replace my eyeballs with some ocular implants. Alright, so here we go. Let's look at where we're going in. I think... No, I don't really know about that. So let's do reverse engineer, because I think that... Oh no, let's look at void tech here. We did the phase walk modulator. We were looking at that before. What about arc stuff here? So we got static buildup. That might be a good way to go. Like I said, I really want to kind of focus on arc damage here. So let's do this. Alright, and then we've got the frontier facilities, which is great. We're going to go ahead and look at the food development as our first improvement. We'll bolster that food since that's going to be not so great. Alright, so our
incoming communication.
Our assembly friends here have gone ahead and said they like us. We're gonna return the favor. Hi buddy. You zombie looking man, you. Alright, cool. So, oh, can I move there? No, I can't. Alright. Continue our exploration. And end turn. So this will be my last turn before I take a short break. Like I said, primer. Let's get into this. I'm getting excited. You should get excited. I'll record quite a few episodes over the next couple days. You will get your taste of Age of Wonders Planetfall goodness. I promise you. And then, as we go along, I am open to suggestions and anything you guys want to see, I'll do my best. So, let's take a look and see how strong these guys are. These will probably be in the next army that I take out. They're all tier 2 except for this one. So we're actually probably going to fight this fight as a manual fight. It's close enough. Then we'll come through and... Ooh, there's another undefended stockpile there. Very good. Another one over here. And then we'll probably take this teleport just because I'm excited to see where we can go here. Alright, so we moved a little bit here. If you can tell on the lower right hand corner, we've just moved southwest of where we were before. And it looks like... Alright, so it looks like they fought some neutrals. My assembly friends fought some neutrals and they did well. Alright, so this is what we're going to be. We're going to be focused on getting food, like I said. I'm going to want to get the spacers here on my side so I can ask them to kindly move out. So maybe another quest that'll put me on their friendly terms, I think is what they're... The low... Let me see. Let's go back to the spacer. The Dwelling of Macabre Shantytown. Peace. Yes, once we get to the level of peace, I can start asking them to get the F out of my way, pretty much. And that'll help me take this sector. I think this sector is going to be my best bet for now. It's a great sector. It really is. And then we might move this. Oh, look at that. There's a repair station. It's going to add 5 production to this sector as well. That's a great sector too. I mean, great as in as good as it gets on this map. So Wow, look at that one's pretty decent too. But that's also got, okay, a Stadium Arcadium, which is great because it adds 2 morale. And then we also have the teleporter, which isn't, it's actually, the symbol is very similar to energy. So at first I thought it was an energy one. So you can see the energy symbol like that, and that's the teleport. So I thought it was energy for a second. I imagine my assembly friends are probably going to move in on that before I can. So yeah, that's where we stand. So stay tuned. I have quite a bit of content coming. I'm going to make sure to produce as many videos as I can over the next week. That may only end up being, you know, 6 or 7 videos, but that's probably the, you know, I don't know, probably the length of most people's attention span. So it's all good. So let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see. Hopefully the sound is much better now, and also hopefully the combination's a little bit more unique. I know I didn't go like assembly and, you know, penumbra or something, and I apologize, but you know, there are some, you know, maybe not ideal, maybe not, you know, I wouldn't say like they're not ideal, because you can do whatever you want, but they're probably not playing to the strengths of the assembly. If I choose the Xenoplague assembly or something, you know, it's just not going to do it's probably just not the best combination. And you guys are free to do that when you get the game, right? You guys are going to have it in just a few weeks. So anyways, if there's anything else you guys want to see, or if there's anything you want me to go through in the Imperial Archive or anything like that, just let me know. So stay tuned. More episodes coming later this week. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.